Hello everyone, welcome back to my 1.21.1 Let's Play. You might have noticed that things are a bit different. I expanded this part of the house out for more space, and I have a shiny set of tools. Basically, I went back and turned the spawner we found in episode 1 into a mob farm. It's not pretty, but it's usable, and I spent some time gaining levels in order to get the tools that I have now. As for how I got the enchantments, well, I had to do some roaming around and some listening to find what I needed. I usually don't try to kill, but I kind of put that on the back burner for the sake of time and my sanity. As you can see, I did most of this off camera as I wanted the main focus of my videos to be more about the fun stuff, like building, adventuring, and some of the tips and tricks I have when it comes to creating atmosphere and adding value in your builds. I think in the end, this will save not just me time, but you as well, and it will also give us an opportunity to explore different styles of Minecraft videos. If you do want to see more of the behind the scenes, let me know in the comments and I will incorporate some of it. I wasn't exactly sure how I wanted this village to be incorporated into my ideas, so I did some basic cleaning up and fixing because there are a lot of holes that the villagers keep falling into. I really liked this big open field that the village had, and I figured it would be a good spot to expand the pens of the sheep and cows I'm clearly not holding hostage. So I ran back, grabbed some materials, and started clearing the land in order to prepare it for some small structures. I'm going to be keeping it simple as I haven't fully decided the theme I want to use. I started building up with oak and figured it would just look fine without any secondary wood types, so I continue with that. I went ahead and got started on the roof when I noticed a zombie coming towards me. It was night, so I didn't think much of it until I jumped down and noticed a huge horde was following. I did not want to be Walking Dead, so I took myself back to my bed to sleep through the night and hoped that they all burned by the morning. I was genuinely shocked by the amount of zombies that were in one space. I got up, and instead of going back immediately, I collected some resources and then went back into making the structure. I didn't want to put too much thought into it as I would most likely be making another one in the future that is much more on theme, but I still put in some small details so that I wouldn't hate looking at it. Started making what I call the cow den in a similar manner, but made the frame more long instead, and then went back out to collect more resources to finish it off and to be able to make a bunch of fences. Fed the golem because he was looking a bit roughed up, and then got back to making the cow den. Did some funky designs just to mess around, and then started adding the final details to give it that used look. Made more fences and got to work finishing off the outskirts of the den, making sure that they couldn't find a way out, and then I started outlining the entrance to their pens. Thankfully, I was pretty much done with making sure they couldn't get out when the cows decided to hop over the fence. So I lured them all in and then went to grab the sheep as well. They were much more receptive to their favorite food than the cows were, and I was able to bring them in all at once with ease. I finally finished the roof of the entrance and lured the last of the stragglers out before placing another fence gate. I put in a few more details, bred some of the animals, and then took a step back to see what we did. Again, this wasn't going to be this way forever, but I felt like it helped fill in the space that was missing. From then on, I decided to use some bone meal to bring the area some more color and feeling. And you're probably not wondering why I haven't filled in this creeper hole yet. Well, it's because I'm going to be using it to make a pond. Not very fun, but anyways. I went back to the pen with the animals and started planting flowers randomly around just to bring the area some more life and color. Once done, I continued working on the path around the base. So as you can kind of see here, I've already added some coarse dirt and gravel to the surrounding paths. I only did this just because I want to keep it very generic, as I'm not sure how I will transform this part of the place. I also am adding in some oak planks because it is near a water source, and what villagers do with water is they pretty much build like a bridge. I thought it's a good way to incorporate the location and the surrounding areas and making it all connect together. I'm going to be showcasing this more in a later video when my buildings go up and I start decorating the surrounding areas. So yeah, that is a basic overview of how I incorporate my surroundings into building the feeling I want. Once you start to see small detail, it will really bring your work to life. In a future episode, I will be showcasing how I add to path surroundings to give the pathway more life and diversity. I decided to head down a... Okay. Alright. Anyways, I decided to head down into the cave to start collecting more resources for my big project. So here's a little snippet of just the dopamine hits. This cave is so big, it has literally eaten every single torch that I've ever made. I found this bigger section of Lush Cave, and let me tell you, I haven't gotten over how nice this update was. I used so much of the greenery from this update that my builds just literally would not be the same. I thought the lights were supposed to help. So while I was working on the pens for the animals, I was also secretly-ish working on flattening this section of land near the village. I figured it was a good spot, so I also started gathering resources in order to go ahead and make my first structure, which will be my home. I also planned out, not very nicely, where some other things will go. That pink section was where my home will be, so mostly on the water. I really liked how the house that we first stayed in was practically on the water as well, so I took inspiration from that. I am still working on the theme, but I do have concepts of a theme, and I really just wanted to start placing something down just to get the ball rolling. And so I decided to make a sort of frame for the outside lawn in this semicircle-like pattern. But that is all you will be seeing, as I want to create a separate video for that. I hope you enjoyed. Sorry for the mini cliffhanger, but I hope to see you in the next episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure to do something kind for someone today.